You are now live on air.
Hello folks, we are live once again. You are listening to Beyond Sight and Sound on the Detecting Lifestyle Radio Network. I am your host, Josh Kimmel, aka Treasure Seeker. We hope that everyone's been out, had a chance to make some good finds, and we certainly appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight, whether you're coming to us from the confines of your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Last week's show, Chris Turner, great guest, good information, a lot of good stories, a lot of smiles collected too, the way it sounds, and some interesting calls for sure. Swansea had a class ring that he called in about that was definitely a little bit of a stumper to try and track down the owner, which we're still working on that. I have some pictures that I need to get posted actually about that, and we'll try to get them up sometime soon. Things have been a little hectic around here. I've had some other things come up, so I haven't had a chance to get them posted yet. But we will be working on that. For the members of the Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, you may or may not have noticed that there is currently a contest running trivia format for a Garrett Pro Pointer pinpointer. Compliments of Chris Turner of the Ring Finders. We'll leave that contest run until there's 25 correct entries, or tentatively October 12th. Whichever comes first. We may extend that by a few days. We may not. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I'll make a post about it if we do extend it. We have had some entries. Gotta listen close to the information in the show, though. We've had, I'm gonna say, I think 9 attempts with only 4 correct entries. So, listen close to it, folks. Watch the questions. One of them is a little tricky. And tonight we will also be announcing the winner of the September Find of the Month contest on the Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group. We'll do that towards the end of the show. And let's see. For those who may be on my friends list, the Beyond Sight and Sound group, or even the Detecting Lifestyle group, there were 2 images posted today about a contest giveaway tonight, which will be a trivia format contest. It's just a question. We'll have people call in with that. We'll take the first 10 correct answers, and we'll put them into a random draw for a shirt that was posted. It's a size 2XL. Compliments of Law Dog 219 graphics t-shirts. Contacted me today out of the blue. Seems like a very nice gentleman, and wanted to make a donation to the show tonight. So we certainly appreciate his donation. And the way it sounds, some people have posted thinking that it's a rather nice looking shirt. So if 2XL fits you, works for you, and you know your coins, you may just get it tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. But as I said in the promo tonight, it will be open lines. We can talk shop, whatever the listeners want to talk about. We always love to hear from the listeners. I've said it before. Dave has said it before. We're always looking for good guests, content, information. I'm not hard to find, folks. Just drop me a line. You want to be on the show? Shoot me a message. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll have you back as a guest on a show. Maybe you've got a good topic you'd like to hear covered. Maybe you've got an interesting way of doing your treasure hunting that you would like to talk about. All you got to do is drop a line and let us know. Tonight it's open lines, though, and as I mentioned in the promo, when I went live, I may or may not have anyone with me, because you just never know what's going to go on here. So, I think first off, I should bring in somebody, because I do actually have someone on here with me that you all do know, we all listen to. Tonight, I've got Dave McMahon from Detecting Lifestyle and Inside Detecting. How's it going, Dave?
Josh Kimmel, what's up, dude?
Not a whole lot. It's nice to see you were able to sit down with us for the show tonight. Maybe talk a little bit of shop, finds, whatever happens. We just never know what direction the show's going to go here.
I'm just the innocent bystander tonight. That's all.
Well,
but I appreciate you having me on, my friend.
Speaking of shows, last night, Inside Detecting, great job. A lot of listeners, awesome guest.
Yeah, my friend Chuck, a great metal detectorist, great guy, and a lot to say. And more than I expected, to be honest with you. I thought he'd be a little nervous, but Chuck's not nervous. He's just not a nervous guy, but you know how it is. You tell people there's a lot listening. Chuck's like, so what? I don't care.
Right. He did sound very much at ease last night. Maybe it helped, having a past with you, being a hunting partner and all of that he was just more at ease. But he did seem like he was very comfortable with the environment.
Yeah, he was, and it was nice to have him on. I wanted him on for quite some time, but he's extremely busy with family, and he's a coach. He has a million hobbies, like I said, beekeeping, metal detecting, and he's a teacher. He's a science teacher and involved in extracurricular activities. So it was difficult, but I waited, and I was patient, and he came on. And as you said, he did a great job. Chuck's cool, and he loves the hobby. And that's what's important, like you do, Josh, like I do, like everybody does.
Right. You have to, it's been my experience anyway, especially with the veterans that I've had on the show, that they're very freely willing to talk, and those that are, they just have such a passion for the hobby.
And you too, Josh, don't take anything away from yourself. As I said last night at the closing of my show, you've done an exceptionally great job in bringing in some of the veterans that probably most people, including me, would never have heard their side. Chris Engel, Don Finch, you've had some really good veteran hobbyists, detectorists, lifestylists, as I say, on that show. So don't count yourself out on that one, buddy. You've done a great job with that.
Well, thank you. I just try to do what I can, and I've been very fortunate with the listeners kind of lending a hand, saying, hey, you need to check out this guy. So it has worked out well.
Yeah, exceptionally well. And I was totally intrigued with Don and Chris. Chris, as you've told me and we talked, extremely large amount of passion for a guy who's been in the hobby this long. Amazing.
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah,
he still loves it,
Just talking to Chris, you can tell he's got the enthusiasm of, well, basically a school kid.
Yeah.
but he's been doing it for 50 years, and he still holds that same level of enthusiasm as he did when he originally got into it.
Hey, I hope we have the same enthusiasm. I really do.
Exactly. I mean, if I can still get around and dig 40 years from now, I'll count my blessings.
Yeah, me too. I mean, as we get older, it gets harder. And I can't imagine, Josh, these guys at their age doing what they're doing. I mean, I'm struggling at 45 years old. I can't imagine, getting into your 60s. And I know guys in their 70s.
Oh,
that keep at it. And it's wonderful if you can do it. And they still love it. And they're still good at it.
Exactly. And that was a good example with Don Finch. I mean, he loves to do it. He's got a passion for it. He can't get out and do it as much as he would like to anymore, but he still gets out and tries to do it. Has, time and, I guess, energy level or health allow.
Well,
so
and remember,
great.
too, he wraps himself around it. He's involved in these, what do they call them? I'm not involved in them. Hunts, competitions. I don't know.
Oh yeah, many times when the I&I group do their group hunts and stuff like that, I believe Don is there and actually taking a number of photographs and stuff.
And I think the old timers keep, and excuse that, guys, if you don't like that term, but it's how I used to say, the veterans. I think they keep immersed in the hobby, Josh, by club creations, running clubs, helping kids out, like Don does, and he said in the show, like you said, with the I&I group. I think that keeps those guys still in the hobby, even if they're physically limited, they can still feel like they're involved, and they are involved, and they always will be involved. There's no way out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Once you're in and hooked, you're always in. There's no way out.
No.
And I think that in some cases too, certainly not meant as an insult to those veterans, but I think in a way it allows them to kind of continue through the younger generations and live vicariously through them in a sense.
Absolutely, they enjoy it. But this lifestyle, as we call it, it is like the mafia. Once you're in, there's no way out. If you really love it, if you really enjoy it, and I know you do, I know I do, and obviously those guests you had did.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people on Facebook, on your group, my group, we're just seeing some amazing stuff come up. I saw Todd Hiltz tonight with another George Washington button, a couple of more colonial coins. These people are Dave and Todd. I'll get to meet them soon. But these people are hiking miles into sites on the hope that something's there. This isn't just people doing this to pass the time, Josh. These people are doing this because they're hooked.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They've got a major determination to get out there and make those finds when they're willing to hike for miles just to get to a site that may or may not pan out.
Right. And you heard Chuck last night tell all the good folks about some of the stories about us, some of the brutality, and the brutality of not only getting a machine wiped out. Chuck didn't mention the possibility of getting sucked out on a wave in the middle of winter. It's okay in the summer, you could swim, but with waders,
but in the winter,
it's brutal.
And that cold water like that, we discussed that on our show about changes in the weather here recently.
I remember
that. That's one of the biggest factor once the weather turns cold. One of the biggest factors is you've got to be able to stay dry. You don't want that hypothermia to set in.
No, and I was there. Chuck was there with me, and it set in. And I wasn't paying attention. I was excited, and you guys talked very good about it when I called in. Also, you got to pay attention to those elements. I don't care how excited you are. It's not worth losing a limb or a life or somebody getting damaged.
Exactly. We've got a caller on. Go ahead, caller. You're on with myself and Dave McMahon.
Josh, how are you? Dave, what's up? This is Craig Stryker. How you gentlemen doing tonight?
How you doing,
All
Craig?
right.
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you guys?
Well, not too bad. I suppose I should mention real quick, though, that way we can give you a shot at it, too. We were going to do a contest tonight on the show, and we'll take the first 10 correct answers for this 2XL shirt. As long as they know their coins, they may be able to get it. And we'll pose that question now for all the other listeners as well, so they can call in and get their chance to get entered in there.
Oh, so I'm going to be the first loser in here. Okay.
Now, that is not thinking optimistically, Greg. You need to put on your optimism hat and bounce back in the game here.
Yeah, get your piece of colonial brick in your pocket.
That's it. Get your brick in your pocket. Nice, Josh.
Yeah, I got my big boy pants around here somewhere. I mean,
Did you say brick or something else? I thought you said brick. Okay, you said brick. Okay.
Yeah, I think he said brick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Right.
Yeah.
But the question tonight for the listeners to the contest,
and a
to get
good
entered
question
for the shirt.
too, Josh. A very, very good question, folks.
And we've kind of made this a little easy in a sense.
Ha 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 ha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that one.
We're looking for anybody to name one of the Barber coin series and the years that coin was minted. If you've got all three of the coins that we're thinking of,
You got
great.
a home run.
But we only need one, and the years that coin was minted.
Yeah, so
now.
Charles Barber minted 3 different coins, and name one and when they were minted. Actually, he didn't mint them. He created them. He created
Designed them.
I'm sorry. I said minted.
I wonder if I should do the wrong answer first or just wait.
You can give the wrong answer.
Yeah, you can always call back in and try to get in.
No, you are very, what you call, Josh? You're very lenient. I would say that's it. Thank you. Have a nice night. Go ahead, Craig. Take a shot at it. Think about it. One of the 3 Barber coins, which you probably most folks, Josh, will get one at least.
Yeah, I would think most folks would hit that part right off the bat.
Yeah, but when they were minted.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna go. Let's go with a quarter.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I have found one before.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to think of the date I had on mine. With a quarter. Okay.
No, we have a caller, but the callers, listen, when you're calling in, when you get connected, please turn down the radio so me and Josh can hear you.
Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop them both out.
Sorry, Craig.
Craig, if you can call back. Okay, who do we have?
I was disconnected. This is Craig Stryker.
Right. Okay.
Right. You said quarter, and give us an idea.
Yeah, I was hearing some ringing, and then all of a sudden I heard a beep. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go with a quarter, and I think they minted those. I'm going to go with 1892.
When did they stop
to
minting
what?
them?
When did they what?
When did they
stop?
end?
One more time.
When did they stop minting?
Oh, 1960s.
Correct. All right.
Wow, that just popped in my head. Wow, hey, that brick paid off, Dave. I owe you a brick.
Yeah. And I just thought about something, but I'll tell Josh later.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of the same thing.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get me started.
I don't know what the hell we were thinking about, but
Yeah,
I know.
maybe we just take the first 10 callers, Josh, and it's easier that way.
that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so we got Craig in for the first one. Craig, thanks for calling in, buddy. But did you have something to tell Josh or me?
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I love you guys. I love the show. Like I said, I've been metal detecting for a while. I've only known Dave for a little while, and so far I like what I hear and what I see. It's instead of waiting for like a magazine every month, or maybe trying to hook up with someone that you metal detect with, the show actually takes and brings people from, if I can say it, I will say it, because, like worldwide, statewide, United States wide, however you want to look at it. And it's like a bigger group, and we're all out there protecting the hobby that we love. And I'm very impressed, and I'm really upset at the same time that it took me so long to find out that you guys did have a show like this, and it is going on, which, I'm very impressed with.
Well said. We appreciate it. I know Josh does too. Right, Josh?
Absolutely, I do. I certainly appreciate the comments and stuff like that from the callers, as well as, the interaction that we get on our groups from the listeners. They make some really phenomenal finds.
Yeah, and, and what you guys do, taking the time out, because, basically we all have jobs, and what you do to plan for the show, do the show, sometimes in a very short period of time, you guys need to be commended, because at least in my point of view, I'm going to be 54 in November. I'm very impressed with it. I really am, and I like it a lot.
Listen, I'll tell you something. I appreciate what you're saying. And I know Josh does.
Absolutely.
But we don't work. We actually don't work. We're all independently wealthy. So this is really all.
Well, I know that, but I want to keep the hype.
I don't want to bullshit the public here. We all have a lot of money, and this is why we're able to do this. If you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you too.
Well, I already owe you a brick, so just let it roll. So that's good.
All right. Well, thanks, Craig, for calling in, and I guess you were number one, even though we realize now why we couldn't do this.
Yes, the error of our ways.
Oh my God! What does this mean? I get a T-shirt, or I got to wait and there's another contest?
You're logged in, and we'll take the first 10 callers.
Yeah, we're going to take the first 10 and do a random draw.
Oh, okay, that'll work.
All right. So
absolutely awesome.
I guess continue to listen, and we'll do that random draw before we go off air, and we'll let them know who won.
Excellent. You guys have a great night. Thanks for taking my call, and have a good evening. I'll listen to the rest of the show.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks.
Okay.
And I guess for those who are listening, the call-in number is 419-549-5744.
Yeah, and Charles Barber minted coins from 1892 to 1916. Excuse me.
We'll just throw the answer out there for the listeners who may not be coin savvy. So here's your chance at a freebie, basically. Call us in with the answer.
Yeah, or just call in and say hi. You're logged in. We got 9 spots for you to call in. And more than calling in for the shirt, Josh, just to call and say hi to us and talk and tell us, I don't know what you had in mind to, maybe fines or what's going on, or
tell us what's been going on, what you've been finding, what you'd like to find, or just in general, maybe you've got a good idea for a show topic or something sometime,
or maybe you want to be a guest on one of the shows. That would be nice too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe you'd want to be a guest. You want to call in and let us know? Drop us a line. Dave or I, either one. We're always looking for good guests.
Absolutely.
But we did have a caller that came in there, and they apparently had fell off or something. Maybe they'll call back too. But that wasn't bad. That was good for Greg to get that right off the bat like that. He was a little unsure of himself at first, it sounded like.
That's why I was glad we hung up on him. He just went and looked it up real quick.
Oh, yeah. He's going, oh, come on, Google, come on.
Come on, that damn connection's got to work a little better. Come on.
Hope my Wi-Fi's fast tonight.
Yeah. Come on, folks. I don't know the number, but give us a call in. We're here tonight, as Craig said. And I was only joking. We are not independently wealthy, thank God. But we're sitting here on our own time, and Josh is on his own time running the show. Give us a call and tell us what you're thinking, what you like, maybe what you found, something great, something you'd like to find, as Josh said, or you want to just get on and say hi. That'd be nice too. Exactly. Yeah, we're always looking to hear from the listeners. 419-549-5744. And, like Greg, he just wanted to call in to say, hey, thanks for doing the shows. I appreciate what you do. And, really, he had kind of a good point. It's
rather than waiting for that monthly installment or, every other month or whatever, this is kind of a weekly fix in a sense for those that are involved in the hobby, because they can jump on, they can listen to Inside Detecting, they can listen to Relic Roundup, they can listen to Beyond Sight and Sound. So they've always got that kind of weekly fix in there where it's still about the hobby while they're waiting for that magazine to come, if they are subscribed to any sort of magazine. Yeah. Which, if they're subscribed to a magazine, hopefully it's American Digger.
Yeah, good one. We talked about that the other night. Good one. Good magazine and good people.
They do a great job putting that magazine together, too.
Yeah, they had a good show on Monday night, too, on Relic Roundup. Meteors. I like
Yes, they did. Jeff was on there.
Yep.
I recalled that I listened to that show again this morning. And it turned out really well for them, I think. They even had a contest for a display of, I believe it was 3 meteorites.
Yeah.
Meteorite pieces.
I'd like to find one. Never did. Probably never will. And if I did, I probably wouldn't know what it was.
Right. And that's something I would like. Actually, I am working on covering that topic in an upcoming show.
Well, maybe you can get Steve on. That would be good.
I would be curious to know if that's something where they can be found everywhere, or what the case is with that.
Yeah, good. That'd be nice to know.
Oh, yeah. Hello, caller. You're on with myself and Dave McMahon.
Yeah, Josh, this is a long cut. I've talked to Dave a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Enjoy y'all's show a great deal. Down in Mississippi.
Nice. Right. I recall the voice.
Yeah, Long Cut was the guy who told me about walking along the road and finding things.
That's
I remember that.
That's right. Well, I'm having a dilemma, and I don't know if this is the right place to ask about this or not, but I'm ready to get me another metal detector.
All right, so hold on.
Okay.
You said dilemma, so should I put my psychiatrist hat on, or are we talking about metal detector?
I'm looking for some advice.
Okay, as long as it's metal detecting and not psychological, so I know where to go with this. Go ahead.
Yeah, we know a little bit about detectors.
Yeah. Look, I've been hunting with Garrett's forever and ever, and I got out of the hobby for quite a few years and got back in. And when I got back in with this H350. And I hunt. I've talked to you, Dave. I hunt in most of these old house sites and places along our rivers down here, and those places are trashy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, without spending over somewhere between $600 and $700, what kind of machine can I get with real good discrimination?
Well,
the way I can work in these places. I know I need a smaller car.
That's number one.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
That's number one.
And if you've hunted fields before, depth is not that important because they turn those fields over every year.
Right.
But the trash is so terrible. The garbage is out there in these fields. And I'm just wondering if there is a machine out there in that price range that will discriminate better than what I'm using.
Josh, you or me on this one?
Huh? I'll let you take a shot at it first, Dave.
Well, I'm going to say probably similar. I'll go on a limb and say probably similar to what Josh is going to say. Number one, I would say, as you said, and you already know, you need a small coil. You need something small enough to slice, and as we were talking last night on my show, slice like a hot knife through butter through the iron and trash. Iron more so than trash. So, excuse me. First of all, I've seen these smaller NEL coils at work, and I've seen some of these. We used to call them the hockey puck. Now, the problem is with some of these machines, they're not interchangeable. So, if you want to keep the machine you have, I think you said the 350. If you do,
I've got a hockey puck for it, but on a 350 with a hockey puck, you just will scratch scratch the dirt and pick the stuff up because it won't go down.
Why don't you look yourself into maybe a couple different options? You could go with either and I'm 600-700. It's going to be tough here, but a DFX, an MXT, whites.
Oh yeah, you can pick up a used DFX in $600 range, no problem. I would think.
Or you could.
Is that the one that weighs up there in the 3-pound range?
Yeah. I mean, depending on the coil you're using, if you're using a smaller coil, obviously you're going to drop the weight off. But if you're looking in that range, as Josh said, a used whites would be affordable. You may, I stress may, be able to find yourself a Mind Lab Explorer in that price range, a used one. I don't know about an SE, but possibly an Explorer 2. Definitely an Explorer 2.
Well, in the Mind Lab range, I was looking at the 505. The Xterra 505. Is it?
Well, it just
sounds good.
It just happens to be long cut. If you want to private message me, Josh is laughing. I actually have one, and I'll give you a good deal on it. I have an Xterra. I have a couple coils for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe you've even got a few coils with it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be in that price range that you're looking at now if you wanted to pick this up from me. So, and I don't want to go into that. If you wanted to, just hit me up on Facebook.
And as far as used, you're probably not going to find a better deal on the package that Dave's got.
No, you won't. And if you wanted to call in after the show, or I got to figure out how to do this. You can get in touch with me, and I'll talk.
I don't do Facebook.
Okay. Well,
if anything else, I'll be on a few minutes after we go off air. Maybe you can call back in.
I'll tell you what, Craig. I'm sorry, long cut. If you wanted, 609-961-1842 is the show number for my show. If you wanted to call that number after Josh's show, I will be on Skype. Yep. You can call me, and I'll give you details about it. And I have an Xterra 505, so, and I'm getting ready.
Okay.
Now, do you
have the nail coils with it, or do they make that?
I don't have the nails. You have to buy them separately. I have a large nail coil. I have an 18-inch nail coil, and I have a 15-inch watt coil. I have no small coils except the stock coil. But if you wanted to, after the show, that number, you want to write that number down, give me a call after the show.
You shot it too fast. I got 609.
961-1842. Josh, I don't know what your idea is for him on this one.
Well, I was going to say, much like we've already said, a small coil is very key in this. Yeah. And I've heard many, many good things about the Nell coils.
Yeah.
Actually, for me, when I was into the trashy areas and I was looking for a small coil on my E-Track, I ran the 8x6 SEF Butterfly.
That's a good coil, too.
And that coil, I'll tell you, it's a kick-ass coil in the trash.
Problem is you cannot get that for an Xterra.
Right.
Yeah,
the Butterfly, is that the double D I'm calling the double D?
It is a double D coil, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Problem is you won't be able to use on an Xterra. The Xterra, you're small, that I know of. I could be wrong, Josh. I think the stock coil, which is concentric, you might be able to get a small coil aftermarket somewhere for it. Excuse me, I don't know, but I do know the concentric smaller coil is pretty dead on that coil in trash areas too, on that machine in those areas too. But I have a large coil for it. I have a 15-inch coil. Xterra 505s, they're the mid-range, like the Safari. I've used it. They're not bad machines. They really are not. They're good for what they are. If you're going to use it in just a field and not on a beach, a saltwater beach, good machine.
Well, I'd have to go a long way to find some salt water.
Well, it's a good machine. Also, as I said, we'll talk after the show, but the Explorer 2, is also great machines for dirt digging or beach hunting, either one.
Right.
Okay. Now, the Explorer 2, is that a Mind Lab machine?
Yeah. It's
yes, it is. Basically, it's like the, what would you say, Dave? Like the grandfather to the E-Track?
It's a watered down version of the E-Track. Not a huge difference, but it is. And then if you really wanted to shoot the moon and just say the hell with it all, you would just do what Josh just said and get an E-Track. I mean, multiple coils, multiple aftermarket coils, and salt water, fresh water, or dirt. Josh, you had one. They're
I still do.
exceptional machines. I love them.
Oh, yeah. But obviously your price range will go up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're looking at $60,000.
I'm looking more in the $600-700. I just don't. I do a lot of it. I go every day about 2 or 3 hours is all I can handle. So I don't.
Right. And I've seen some E-Tracks go used as cheap as $700-800.
And that's cheap. But I'll tell you, long cut, save you the aggravation. If you want it after the show, give us a call. And the Xterra might be a good option for you, and I'll work something out with you after the show.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for calling in, buddy.
While you're on, would you like to
Would
you like to take a stab at the contest?
No. Hell, I don't know nothing about coins. I just find them.
Well, you're in there anyway. You're the second caller, so
yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh yeah. I don't know anything about it. What did y'all say? 1892 to 1915 or something?
Well, see, there you go. You got the answer.
There you go.
You're in.
Well, I appreciate the information and the time, fellas, and enjoy the show. Good luck to y'all.
Call me afterwards. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Well, that was certainly interesting.
Yeah, it was.
And I do recall hearing from him before. If I remember right, yeah, he does find some coins, but it seems like he's more the relic hunter.
Yes, he was. That's what he was talking about in one of our old shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, questions like that are great, folks. Any questions, any ideas, give us a call. That's, I think, Josh, a lot of people, and we know this when we don't have to be Columbo to figure this out. The economy's not there. So people are suffering as far as money goes, and people want to still detect, and they can't afford, a $2,400 3030 or $1,500 E-Track.
Right.
And they have farm fields, and these machines, like the DFX, like the Xterra, like the Safari, they're not going to be the massive multi-frequency machines that can cover a beach like some of the higher-end mine labs. But they do very well, and I've done very well with the Xterra, with the DFX. Too, the E-Track's a great machine, but you got to drop some coin. You got to drop some coin in there. You got to spend some money. There's no ifs, buts about it.
Exactly. And if you shop around, you can find these machines used. And, a lot of times they are very well taken care of. So you can still get yourself a good deal going used as long as you're buying from a reputable source, a reputable dealer, or somebody that you know online. Maybe they've dealt with some of your friends or something like that where you've got some reference.
Yeah, water machines are something you want to stay away from as far as used goes. Unless you know the person, its history. Water machines are a little bit sketchy, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a whole other beast when you're buying used, because you don't know what condition those seals are in or anything like that, and you don't want to spend that money, spend your bank that you had to get this used machine just to take it out one time and the seal fails, and next thing you know, you've got a 4-pound paperweight.
Yeah, not good.
Uh-oh. Mr. Kenny Briggs, the Wisconsin lockman himself.
He's going to tell you the years the coin was minted. He's going to tell you he was born 500 years before the coin was minted.
Yeah, he'll tell us how he helped Barber design it.
He was 500 years before Barber.
Well, how's it going, Kenny?
Well, we're not doing too bad. And you?
Well, great. Not too bad. How's the back?
Well, it's slow. I'm still not out detected, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, it looks like Kenny's in the long run right until the winter into the spring. I talked with Kenny recently. It's going to be tough for him to get back out before things are really good.
And we've had the snow and stuff here already, so we're supposed to be down below freezing again tonight. So.
Oh my God.
Well, before you know it, you'll be out detecting with the polar bears.
Yeah, that's about it too. But
You can always come to Jersey.
Yeah, I know.
You can always get on that plane to New Jersey, Kenny. That New Jersey Colonial Farm Fields and Beach. It's still warm here.
My wife's beach ride would kick butt, I'll tell you that. I'd have to sit there with Ed Krotsky and Dave McMahon and hit her hard, you know.
Right.
Well, you'd be good company, Kenny. That's for sure.
Oh, I know. I know. That'd be a pleasure to hunt with you guys, you know.
Yeah, I'd love to get you out here. It'd be great. I'd like to get Josh out here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to get out there sometime, do some of that colonial hunting.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah, you guys would be hooked. You guys would be hooked.
Because, you know, back here, I'll never, ever see it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Kenny both. If we got into a site like that, we probably wouldn't want to leave.
Yeah, don't ever say never. Never say never.
We'd be climbing trees and jumping over bridges and all that neat stuff, you know, just yelling and screaming and stuff.
Smacking each other in the head, yelling around. Never say never, guys. You never know what's laying where you're at. You never know, Josh. You're close enough. You
That's
never
right.
know. It might pop out.
There have been some colonial coppers and reals show up in Ohio.
Yeah, they're there. They're everywhere. They might even be out where Kenny's at. You just gotta, just be persistent and wait. They're there. They're somewhere.
Yeah. You got to keep looking.
Yeah. I've hunted for 46 years and I haven't found them yet. So.
No, you know where you got to come to. It's here. It's just
right. Oh, I know. One of these years.
One of these millenniums, Kenny. You got about another 300 years of your life left. You've been here about 1,000 already. So.
Yeah, you guys were talking about the lower end machines, and another couple of good machines that are right now. The MX5, the White's MX5.
Another one. Oh yeah.
That's a good little mediocre machine too for people starting out.
What about the Coinmaster GT, Kenny? What's the story with that?
That is a good little machine too. It's got less whistles and bells than the MX5, but it's got a digital screen. It's got a backlight on it. That's a good little machine for starting out too.
Yeah, I suggested the DFX. He seems to have got himself into the Xterra, which is a good machine. But,
right.
I don't...
See, the thing of it is, on the GT, there's only 3 coils that you can use with that machine. And on the MX5, you can use all the coils that White's puts out.
I didn't know that.
That's one advantage of the MX5. And the DFX also, you can use just about all the coils on the DFX. So if you find a good used DFX someplace, you can pick them up for $500-600, used.
And there is a large number of coils for the DFX.
Both
through
Whites and aftermarket.
Yeah, I just got a 4x6 from Ed and Eclipse, which I'm anxious to use probably with Dave Wise and those guys up in the cellar holes. I'll use it for the first time, but I'm anxious to use that coil because it's small, but it's...
The 4x6 and the 5.3 Eclipse are pretty much the same. One's concentric and one's epithelial, to where they're both good coils and they get in between the junk. That's one advantage of being the small coils.
Yeah, iron.
Right, it's got that small footprint.
Right. And I've got the 5.3 on my V3i, and I've got the 5.3 on one of my DFXs, and I've got the 4x6 double D shooter on my other DFX.
All good coils. I like the Eclipse coils. I did well with one of them. Larger one I borrowed from Joe Bellina. I forget the size, but it was a larger one. And I did well. It hit
the 6x10
targets. What's that, Kenny?
The 6x10.
No, I think it was bigger than that, actually.
It's the white one?
No, it was black.
Okay. That still might be the one. I'll have to look. Yeah,
Good coil.
I know what you mean. They're all good coils. You know, depends on what you're going to use them for.
Targets. It hit deep targets and separated iron pretty well too. So I like the Eclipse. Good coils.
It's nice when you go over iron too. You know, it's when it nulls out, you know you're on iron with DFX.
Right.
Pump back with all the lights. You know, the threshold nulls out, but.
Well, I'm sure you know the answer to our question tonight, Kenny. Would you like to take a stab?
I didn't hear it.
Oh.
I just turned on. I didn't hear it at all.
We were asking of the Barber coins. We asked which coins were minted. Which 3 coins? One of the 3 were minted by Barber, and what years? Created by Barber and minted. What years were they minted? From what to what?
Oh.
There you go.
We're stumping him.
I want to see 1889 to 1908, 1909.
Well, close enough. It doesn't matter. Either way, you called in, so you're number 3. It's actually 1892 to 1916.
Okay.
Right up
I know
to
it's right in that ballpark.
Right up to the legendary 1916 Mercury Dawn.
Yep.
Which may have something to do with its value, Josh, being the D.
It's possible.
Right.
We need more callers, though.
That's right.
More callers. We still need 7 more. Kenny's in with us. He's number 3.
Yeah.
We still need 7
Kenny's
more.
number 3, but we've still got 7 spots to fill, and we're running tight on time.
Come on. So
we need to...
I'll let you guys go and let somebody else call in.
All right.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Take care.
Hello, caller. Who do we have?
You have Swansea Searcher from New Hampshire.
Hey, Swansea. How's it going?
I just wanted to tell the other guy that called in before, if he's looking for a $600 to $700 machine, somewhere in that price range, my AT Pro has been a great machine.
Right.
Yeah, he's looking to get away from the Garretts. He's insistent on MindLab, it seems. So that seems to be.
So why dodge the Garrett though?
He just wants to try MindLab, and it seems that the Xtera's got his. What he mentioned to us is that's what he's looking at. So, and I'm not real sure the exact specs on both of those, but I was almost kind of under the impression that weight might be an issue to him. And I'm not sure how much the AT Pro weighs compared to the 505. Of course, he could always get a bunch of
right now, but it's coil heavy for sure.
Yeah, they're both relatively light, Josh, compared to what you're swinging and I'm swinging. So
right,
he wanted to be under, I think, 3 or 4 pounds. He said, which is very difficult to come to. I mean, even the Bliss tool, which is light, 3 pounds. I don't
Unless you're running a really tiny coil. I mean, I can't see how any machine could be much larger than that.
Well, that's what he's looking to do.
Yeah,
that's his game.
Yeah, to cut through the trash and iron that's in the area.
So Swansea, obviously, you know the answer to the question, obviously.
Well, yeah, you guys just put it right out there online.
We did? Oh, I didn't realize.
1892 to 1915.
No, you're incorrect.
You
it's
just
1916.
Yeah.
Well, you just said it on the air. So I wasn't going to go in for the contest part of it. I was just going in for giving the guys some recommendations.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But hey, if you want to come in the contest part of it, that's cool too. But I'm just saying that they also make a counterweight for the AT Pro also.
Well, you're still in as one of the callers, so we just logged you in, buddy.
I'll take it.
All right.
All right,
All right, have a good night, guys.
You too.
Thanks for the help, buddy.
Okay. 603.
Well, not me. Hey, did I hear somebody say contest?
No.
Yes, you did, Mr. Keebler.
No.
Oh, wow.
No,
hey, how are you?
we said contestant. We didn't say contest.
Yeah, we're looking for contestants.
You're the next contestant. Come on down. See, he's hired. I'm going to use him on the show for the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One-man band.
Well, this is a great show tonight.
Hey, listen, let me ask you a question, Keebler. Forget about
Sure.
Did you actually know the answer to this question, or did you hear it already? Or did you actually know it?
I heard it, and I only knew the ending because I knew 1916 was the Mercury dime.
Okay.
Ah.
But did not know 1892, correct?
I did not know that half, no.
But you definitely knew the three denominations of coins. Silence falls across the land.
I don't see. The dime,
Right.
the half, and the dollar.
No, you're close.
Quarter.
The dime, dime, quarter, and half. You're close.
Half. Okay.
We'll take that. We'll take that as the correct answer, Josh.
Yeah.
Very good. So, the gentleman who was asking about, the lightweight detector and all.
Right.
Mr. Longclaw, yep.
Has he thought about that swing thing? Is that what they call it?
The swingy thingy.
Swingy thingamajiggy.
Yeah. It's the harness.
Right.
With the
or
bungee.
the easy swing, or the detecting,
Yeah.
detecting buddy, detector pal, something like that.
Yeah,
There's a
detector
number
buddy.
of them out there.
Right. That would help him with that.
Yeah,
It might,
absolutely.
I don't know if Relic Ron's listening to the show, but if Relic Ron is listening to the show, he made one of these things very inexpensively. And if he's listening, he should call in. But, there's I don't know, Josh, 5 or 6 of them, or 1,000 of them, or something like that.
Right.
Me personally, I wouldn't use one. I just don't like it. I've tried it. I tried Chicago's Ron's when he was here. I didn't like it, but Ron uses one.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys that do. I don't feel the machines are that heavy unless you put a large coil on it, like a 15-inch watt or an 18-inch or 17-inch NEL.
Right.
I don't have that problem yet. But then again, I haven't experienced that in my life. There could be a time, Josh, when that happens to either one of us. So I don't know. I don't really understand that situation currently. But I can see where if you're out 5-6 hours a day, it could wear on your elbow a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because no matter how light the detector seems at first, once you've had it hanging off of your shoulder for 5 or 6 hours, it seems like it's heavier.
Yes. Absolutely.
But that's
And,
the way it goes.
And I definitely, I own 7 machines, and I bought them all used.
Which ones do you own, Keebler, real quick?
Oh gosh, 3 Mind Labs. That's the Explorer, the 1000, the 800, a Fisher 1236, my Deus, and 350 and 250.
How do you like the Explorer?
I like it a lot. I really like it a lot. But Charlie and I put in 8-hour days. It does. It really wears on my arm. So
Yeah, you guys are really putting in the hours because you're out there hiking to these areas and all that.
Oh,
Have you ever used
Yeah.
Have you ever used an E-Track before, Keebler?
Yeah, I have used one, yes, and it's a great machine.
How do you find the E-Track as compared to the Explorer? Very similar?
Yeah, in my book, yes.
Me too.
There's
That's what I
more
was
bells
just
and
curious.
whistles. Yeah, a few more bells and whistles, but
Right.
yeah, that whole I love the Mind Labs with the multi-frequencies. Unbelievable.
Yeah, see, and the reason I recommended that, Josh, was because I know my brother got an Explorer too for about $5, and I think that's not too far off the mark. Between $500-600 for an Explorer, if you look like Josh said, you could even find an E-Track for $850-900 used.
Oh, yeah. And I've seen some Explorers go for as low as $400 or $450.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen them too. Yeah,
Granted, those may be few and far between, but they are out there.
You got to keep your eye and ear to the ground. You have to watch for this stuff.
Right.
I mean, stuff comes up all the time.
And usually when it comes up in that price range, it goes fast.
It's gone.
So you do have to watch.
Have made the commitment before it even comes up.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you pretty much have to pull the trigger before, anybody else does. And I have missed a couple of times with Excaliburs, and I'm sorry I did. And recently I saw a Sovereign GT. I have 2 of them already, but I saw one recently, Josh, for $375. And
wow!
I didn't pull the trigger. And why do I need another one? But you know what?
Well, they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, you don't make them anymore. It's always nice to have another backup. I learned that. I learned that lesson very, very, very young in this. If you don't, you could be literally screwed. And like Keebler with 7 different machines. I mean, I think you got a good. I wouldn't need 7, but I think 2 or 3 machines. You're pretty well rounded. You got a good variety.
Oh yeah,
right. And I usually carry at least 3 with me for. You never know what you're going to come up against when you're out there.
Right.
It's all of a sudden, do I switch the coil out or do I switch machines? That quick, bang.
Right.
And you always could do that too. You have the coil option. Most of the mine labs, they're pretty interchangeable with the coils.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
It looks like we got another caller in here, Josh.
Yes, we do.
Okay, good night, gentlemen.
Hey, Keebler, thanks for calling in,
Thanks
buddy.
for the call, Keebler.
Yeah, alrighty. Bye-bye.
All right. Go ahead, caller. You're on with myself and Dave McMahon.
Yeah, I'm calling about the dog for sale.
The dog for sale. That sounds like Ed Kropsky's looking for my dingo, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that little dingo guy, that little buddy of mine.
Yeah. Well, I got him back, and I'm not giving him back to anybody.
What's going on, man?
Not much. We were just discussing. Kenny Briggs brought your name up. We were just discussing. Help me out, Josh.
Used machines and coils.
Used machines and coils. I'm just kind of catching back up on things. I've been out of the circuit for a little while and figured I'd tune into you guys a little bit, see what's up.
I think it was a cheaper. Long Cut was looking for a lighter, cheaper machine. He's tired of using the Garrett machines
that can cut through the trash and iron.
Right, and he wanted to try. He seems to be insistent on a mine lab, and he had his self set on an Xterra. And I told him I have an Xterra 505, and I was trying to tell him how well the machine performs. And he's
I've seen it. I've seen it in action in field with you. You did quite well with it.
And I'm not sure, and I don't know if Josh or I got into this. I don't know the range of coils he can use. I know he can use the NEL bigger coil. I would assume, Josh, I'll have to ask Ronnie, maybe he could probably use the smaller NEL coils. If he can use the larger ones, I assume the smaller ones would work also.
Yeah, I would assume the small ones would work on them too.
And so he's looking for something.
I know they came out with a whole line of them.
Well, he's looking for something in an extremely trashy area, Ed. I don't know if that's iron or trash. He wasn't specific, but that's what he's looking for. I think a little
bit of both.
Either or, you're just going to need a smaller coil. A hockey puck or a little guy or whatever you want to call it. Just definitely the way to go.
And he wanted to stay about, I think $500 or $600, Josh, something like that. He said.
Yeah, $500-$600 range probably.
Yeah, there's a lot of good machines, anywhere from $450 on up to $600. $600. I mean, if that's his budget, I mean, there's a lot of good machines you could get in there. Even some of your, more, so to say, top of the line machines. I mean, there's some real good machines in there that weren't, they might not be top of the line now, but they were a couple of years ago. And like you mentioned, the Explorer or what have it, or DFX, or, you could even, I mean, I've seen sometimes people unfortunately get in desperate measures and they're selling a $1,000 machine for, $600-$700 just to get some kind of money back.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? And
but
here's a great
like
point.
Josh said, they're out there. You just gotta be ready to,
pop on it when it does come along. And sometimes you have the money, sometimes you don't.
And you know what, Josh? Here's a great example. Ed actually picked up Excaliburs for a good price. I haven't pulled the trigger on them before when they've come up relatively inexpensive, but he did. And
I picked up 2 Excalibur. I got a 1000 and the older sword model. I got both of them for $500 for the pair.
Wow!
And it was just. It was a steal. I mean, the older sword model didn't work, but it had a brand new coil on it, and the 1000 worked great, but it had an older coil on it that was shot. So I was able to swap the coils out myself, even though they were hardwired. I just watched some videos on YouTube with Joe Beechnut showing me, basically shows everybody, what to do on the X-Cal. He's very well versed in it and more than willing to help people with it. And,
I've seen some of his videos.
Through the videos, and it just it was fairly easy. I mean, if you're any kind of mechanically inclined and any good with a solder iron, which I wasn't sure if I was or not, but I picked myself up a decent little solder iron for $12, and I'll tell you what, I walked right through it. Since I was in there, I ended up replacing all the O-rings, the seals. The machine runs like a charm. And on top of that, it had the original headphones, but I was just fortunate enough to come across somebody that was looking to trade a pair of Grey Ghost amphibian headphones.
Oh, nice.
For a pinpointer. And I jumped on it. I popped on it, and we made the trade, and everything's in the mail, and I'm waiting for those Grey Ghost headphones to come to me this weekend. They're going to be going on the X-Cal now. So
nice.
I'll tell you what. If there was Josh, those big rubber mallets, like those plastic fake rubber mallets, if I could had one of those when Ed got those X-Cals and sold that sword, I would bonk him with that rubber mallet for about an hour for getting rid of that sword.
I didn't know. You know what? It was one of the things where it didn't work. It didn't work. I took the coil off of it, and I said I was happy with the one. I ended up selling the sword for just about half of what I paid, like $225. I think I sold it for. I was happy to get half the money back from what I paid, and I heard about it afterwards of people saying, "Oh man, I don't know, the sword was supposed to be a really good one." But by the time I sent it out, got it fixed. Yeah. And you know me. I mean, for the most part, everybody knows me out there. I'm a white diehard. This was a deal of the century I couldn't pass up. And I've actually incorporated Garrett into my arsenal a couple weeks ago. I picked up an AT Gold. I travel a lot with work. I don't want to risk taking my V3i with me, getting damaged or stolen or God forbid. But I got a good price on an AT Gold, and I said, you know what? It breaks down nice and small. I pack it in my luggage, and on the road it goes with me. So that's I'm supposed to be on the road right now, but the job got canceled until maybe tomorrow or Friday. So I was fortunate enough to get out, do some protecting back in Jersey today. Picked up another 2-cent piece. I got an 1865 yesterday and an 1864 today. I couldn't believe it.
Nice.
Wow.
Maybe 100 feet away from each other in the same field. I couldn't believe it.
Good find, but if you find a Trime, if you do find a Trime up there, I'm definitely driving up and kicking your ass because there's no doubt
You're a year late.
I know.
You're a year late because a block and a half away, I picked up an 1852 Trime. It was beat. Mm-hmm. And then I found another
still
one
a Trime.
in that big field I took you to. The big field I took you to, where you did pretty well in. I pulled a Trime out of the one across the street where the old man gave me the permission. They're tiny little guys, and I was very surprised. I actually hit it with a 12-inch white coil, about 8 inches down. I heard a little chirp.
Wow.
I want one bad.
Lately, I've been using that. Lately, I've been using one of the V3i. I've been using that big 12x15, the SEF. I know it didn't work out for you too good on the CSX. No. But it runs nice on the V3i, and we'll have to get you with something. You're pretty content with the DFX now with that 10-inch double D and that little 4x6 dimensions. You'll be hooked up with that. Yeah,
I like that coil. And before we cut you loose, Ed, I want to say something real quick because we need to get some more callers there for Josh's contest. But Josh, go ahead and ask Ed what you asked me about coming on the show.
Oh, yeah. You sound like you've got quite a bit of experience in the hobby and quite a number of stories to share, I'm sure. Would love to get you on the show sometime.
That sounds good to me. It's a little hard for me at times to commit with things because I do travel with my work, so it's hard for me to say, okay, yeah, next Wednesday I could do that.
Right.
That's why sometimes you'll see me come and go in patches with like even coming in or calling in. And it's just hard for me to really, I mean, I'll do the best I can. If you want to do it some night, I'll do the best I can and try not to cancel or anything like that. It's just tough because my work is kind of an on-call type of thing, so I don't always have the option of planning things out, which can be.
We'll have to set something. Josh, just give him like 4 or 5 days notice and let him know and see if you can't work it out.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. I'd be interested in doing it, and it's a lot of fun. I've been detecting over 35 years. I mean, I'd be more than more than happy to talk and help people out and do whatever. Like I mentioned, I do mostly whites. I mean, but when it comes down to it, I know a lot about whites, but when it comes down to it, metal detectors are metal detectors.
Exactly.
Right. They all
go deep. And there's one way or another. The techniques are all still the same, and the technologies are all pretty competitive. I mean, there's only so many ways to make a light bulb work.
Right.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, thanks, Ed.
Well, we thank you for the call.
Very cool. All right, gentlemen. Have a good night.
We'll see you.
See you, Ed. Come on, folks. We got.
Well, I guess we'll get Ed in there too. Then.
Yeah, we got Ed. We need 3 or 4 more to call in for the T-shirt. Right. If not, I'll just push.
Yeah, if not, we'll roll with what we've got.
I'm ready whenever you are. A couple callers would be nice, and then get the T-shirt up and running.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just add my name on there.
We'll take a quick break. That way you can set up random org, and that'll give the callers a couple of last minutes to try and squeeze in there. Oh, yep. We've got one here, actually, and then we'll take our break. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, it's Craig.
Hey, how's it going?
Who is it?
You turned this thing down.
Oh, it's Craig Talley.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Hey, Craig, what's up?
Oh, I just want to get in on the contest.
All right.
You're in?
We've got you in.
Just a suggestion on a pretty good machine you might be able to get for a fairly good price. It's a Technetics T2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys, I think they go for around $800 new, so you might be able to get, one at a lower price. And they do. Okay. They're deep.
All right. Well, we thank you for the call.
Thanks, Craig. We got to jump to a commercial in a minute, but thanks for calling in. I added you into the contest, my friend.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Craig. You got another one there, Josh?
Yep, we got another one here. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Dave. It's Greg Swanson. How you guys doing?
All right.
Craig, how you doing?
Oh, great. It's been a while. I haven't been able to get out for a while, but I was out today, and I'm going to post some pictures of just what I found, and I'm having fun. I'm getting back to getting into it and enjoying what I'm doing, and starting to get back into listening to you guys too and enjoying it.
You just hit the nail on the head. You said, I'm having fun.
And enjoying it.
Right.
Oh, gosh, yes.
That's what it's all about. So I just put you in as number 8. And do us a favor. Definitely post on Josh's group and my group and everywhere what you're finding. Stay involved in it, man. It really is a beneficial hobby / lifestyle for more reasons than just what it's worth when you dig it. That's bullshit.
Right.
Oh, no. Even the garbage I pick up, I love everything I dig. I don't care what it is. I love it.
Kudos.
It's great. And I enjoyed the show last night, too. And I got here late tonight, but I just heard you guys on, and I just wanted to get in there and say I'm back, and I'm going to start going really good.
Awesome.
Well, gracias. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. We've got you entered.
Talk to you later.
Yep. Okay, we'll, what's that leave? 2 more?
Yes, 2 more, Josh.
All right, we'll take that quick break and see if we can grab 2. Otherwise, we'll roll with what we've got.
Are you a metal detecting enthusiast looking for a new machine? Maybe you're just getting started in the hobby and you're not sure what machine to get. Get down to earth and into the dirt. Contact Mike, the Buckeye Hunter of MT Detector Sales. Mike is an authorized multi-line dealer of MineLab, Garrett, Technetics, and Tesoro. Don't deal with someone who may not even hunt. Mike sells what works and uses the brands he sells, specializing in such models as the MineLab E-Track, CTX 3030, Garrett AT Pro, and Tesoro Outlaw. Get down to earth and into the dirt with MT Detector Sales. MTDetectorsales.com.
All right.
2 more.
We'll see if we can get 2 more. Oh, looks like we've got one breaking in now. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Josh, it's Craig Stryker again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, real quick. I wanted to let you know that guy that was looking for a detector and he was worried about the weight.
Right.
Long cut. Yep.
Yeah. Just I don't know if I'm on the air or not, but just I don't know if you want to bring it up. You know, they got those detector buddies that where they.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did cover that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and hang around the neck.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I was thinking of that, and I must have missed it because I walked away for a little bit. So.
Ah. All right. Well, thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
We'll see you. All right. Well,
2 more, Josh. 2 more.
Let's see here. We got 2 more slots, folks. 419-549-5744. If you get in quick, we can get you added to the draw. Otherwise, we're going to roll with it. Oh, we got one coming in. Who do we have?
Hey, Josh. This is Bill Marshall.
Bill Marshall.
I heard you had 2 slots left, so I figured I better get in on the contest while the getting was good.
There you go. All right, we've got you in.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Yep. Okay, 1 slot.
1 slot left, folks. Give
it a few seconds. If we get a call, we'll fill it. If not, we're going to roll with it.
Yeah, I got it up. I'm ready to roll whenever we're ready. 1 more caller. It's not that hard. Just pick up the phone.
Yeah. Just pick up the phone, folks. Dial the number. Simple. For a nice shirt. You got about a minute left, and I'm going to put my name in there. So there you go.
It's that simple. That's the way we're going to roll with this tonight.
Yep. Go ahead and check the time.
Yeah, it's 9:13, folks. You got about a minute. Until about 1/4 after, if that.
If not, Dave's going to take the last slot. Maybe he'll get a shirt.
I'll definitely take it. But a lot of good stuff tonight as far as a great call from Long Cut, Josh, as far as I guess some people have difficulty with the weight, and I don't really understand it. I don't want to make light of it, but
right.
Could be an issue.
Well, and there are people out there with shoulder problems and stuff like that. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, this is Justin Kaiser from Kalamazoo.
What's up, Justin? How you doing, dude?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going all right. Getting kind of cold out here, but...
Ooh, I don't want to hear that.
Not too bad yet.
Out in Kalamazoo.
All right. Well, you filled the last slot.
Thank you, Justin.
Good deal.
So we're going to roll with this and see who wins the shirt.
Okay. I'll talk to you
Thanks,
later.
brother.
Thanks for
Take
call.
care.
All right.
All right, Josh. Whenever you're ready.
Go ahead and let's see who we've got.
All right, I have randomorg.com, and I am adding minimum 1, maximum 10. And I'm going to hit the generate button. You can hear it. And it is number 4.
Number
who is Swansea Searcher.
All right. Swansea Searcher wins the shirt. Courtesy of Law Dog 219 Graphics Tees. There has been a photo of it on my group, Detecting Lifestyle group, and my timeline on Facebook. Swansea, you're on my friends list, so just PM me your shipping information, and I'll get that information forwarded on to the gentleman who has the shirt. It'll be on its way to you. Other than that, we're pretty much at the end of our rope here, folks. We appreciate everyone. Oh, the September Find of the Month contest on Facebook, on the Beyond Sight and Sound group. The judges looked everything over, and I will be in contact with a couple of people regardless. But the final determination that came up was that the winner would be, and I hope I don't butcher the name, I'll tag him in a post too, just to be on the safe side in the event page. But the winner was Matt Coaches for a New Orleans Mint half dime. Was what the judges wound up coming up with that. So congratulations to Matt. And it was very tough to make the decision on that. There were some very nice finds come in. The judges did have a little bit of a debate going. And there are a couple of people I will be in contact with. Other than that, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. As always, like, rate the channel. We appreciate Dave for sitting in with us and helping to run the contest.
No problem, Josh.
We appreciate all the callers that called in. And like I said before, and we've mentioned it a couple of times in the show, both Dave and I both are always looking for good guests and content, whether it's here on Beyond Sight and Sound or even over on Inside Detecting. Great show that Dave does there. Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Whenever.
You just never know. And, you know, next week, Beyond Sight and Sound on Wednesday. Who knows what's going to happen next? Hell, half the time, I never know. Tonight worked out well. We covered some good information with the use detectors, I would say, and, you know, Long Cut may have found himself a new toy to play with, as long as he calls you after the show, Dave.
Absolutely. Give me a call.
So, and I think he did get that number wrote down, but if you want to run it off for him again, if he's listening, that's fine too.
609-961-1842.
All right. Well, folks, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like I said, as always, whether it's here or Inside Detecting, if you enjoyed the show, please rate the channel.
Rate the channel right now, folks, before we close. Very important to rate Josh's channel tonight. I can't stress, Josh, the importance of rating the channel. Pink hands aside, rate the channel.
Right. It shows the support of the listeners, and really, you know, we joked around at the beginning that we're independently wealthy and everything, but
we're not.
It really is a labor of love. We do it because we enjoy it. And seeing the ratings, getting the messages from people, the comments of how they like the show, they enjoy it, all that, it is appreciated because this is coming out of our pocket. You know, nobody's paying us to do this. We do it because we enjoy it.
Absolutely.
So we thank everyone for tuning in, folks. We got to roll. We'll see everyone next week.